So at certain phases, the social is part of your direction. Having more to do, more to see, more to hear, more to experience is part of your direction. And when we're talking about a spiritual direction, then that might be pointing to that point. If you're fortunate, and if you earned it, which is a karmic, consideration, then you come to the direction of stopping, centering. So then it becomes no direction. So you come to the no direction. All right. And maybe at that point you have what is called recognition of your original being. Right? Just being, tree to grass. Right? Okay, just sitting, basically. And that is an impossible place for many people to get to, where they can just be content with just sitting. As if, you just sit when you have to. That's the only form of sitting. So, and it seems like something that you would do when you know you need to do it. Sitting. Maybe as a rest point or something. And then that sitting eventually, if you're practicing, becomes something that it has to do. You don't show up in that anymore. Right? It's not that you're doing it or you have anything to do, it happens. So that's when, as the Zen teachers say, nothing happens. And that's a very important aspect of the practice I encourage players to get to. That is, play when nothing happens. Play when it wants you to play. And then it depends on the individual to determine what that it means and what playing means. Coming.
So it's playing from that place of stillness, would you call it that?
You can call it that.
Right. Mm-hmm. Where you're sitting to become aware of your inner beingness, your stillness, and then having that permeate in everything that you do. Is that what you're talking about? Well,
you have an awareness that there's nothing happening, and it's getting done. Whatever it is, it's getting done because nothing is happening. And so what that describes is a peacefulness and openness to the peace already existing, already present peace, inner peace. It's already happening. It's never not happening. It is source. And people have different names for it. And so that's what the journey is about, getting to that place where there's no more journey. There's no more place. There's no more you, and there's no it either. Nothing happens. Openness. And so theoretically then, if you're a musician and you get to that place, then your playing is going to have a certain quality. From the nothing that happens, there's a distinct flavor that comes out of that. Maybe that's your healing point. Maybe that's your awakening point. But it arises when the time is right. And you yield to it. You feel that's the reality for you. It's open. And I would go as far as saying that generally meditation techniques are prepping you for getting to that point. It doesn't always happen. I remember being in communities where people have told me that they were practicing meditation for 50 years and nothing happened. I said, isn't that what's supposed to be going on? I think that the nothing that they were talking about that was happening was not the happening that they wanted or felt, it was supposed to be about. They weren't, let's say, exploded, right? They weren't destroyed.
So you're looking for some self-process or some assurance or some kind of event.
Self-created sort of nirvana or something. And it doesn't always work that way.